everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm sorry it's been like maybe a week since I uploaded something, but I was a little bit sick at the end of last week and then I had some wedding planning to do, so it's just been kind of busy. I do have a lot of builds recorded, I just need to do the voiceovers. But I want to say thank you to Pixel Scythe, I think it's pronounced, for recommending that I build a large one-story home. I really like how this home turned out. If you're looking to download it, you can go onto the Sims 4 gallery and look under either Smubba Cakes, or you can look for the name of the build, which should be Kamdyn Family House, and I always link everything down below. But since this is a longer build, I'm actually gonna do like a question thing that I created and uploaded to Tumblr. It's just 25 questions and they're all related to Sims, and I thought that would be easier than trying to talk over this long video because I don't think I could talk about a build for 18 minutes straight. So I'm just gonna kind of go through the questions and maybe make some comments about the build if I notice anything. Anyway, the first question is, what is your favorite Sims expansion? My favorite Sims expansion is probably, I don't know, I liked Get to Work. I thought that was just kind of a fun little addition with the extra jobs, and I think I liked some of the decor and stuff that went with it, but I really like all of them, so I'm not super picky. How long have I been playing The Sims? Oh my gosh, since it first came out, I guess, like the very first Sims. I remember playing with my cousins when I was really little, so whenever the first Sims came out, that's how long I've been playing, and I played all of them. Like, I remember playing The Sims 2, and my mom actually had to like put a cap on how long I was playing it, and she had like parental control so that I couldn't, because I would play forever if she didn't kind of watch me. Anyway, question 3. Do you have any favorite simblrs? If you're like, what is that? A simblr is a Tumblr that's related to Sims. I think it can be any of the Sims. But I don't think I have any like super favorites. I really like all of them. Like, I love custom content simblrs. I love, simblrs that write stories. I really just like everything. I like to have a lot of variety on my dashboard, so I would say everybody. 4 is, how would you describe your gameplay? I'm a super boring Sims player. Like, all my Sims are always super nice and they don't do anything, I don't know, unexpected. I am just very plain and boring. Ryan always gets mad at me. He's like, oh my gosh, why don't you do anything interesting? And I don't know, I'm not exciting, I'm not creative in my gameplay. And then let's see, what made you want to create a simblr? So like I said, a simblr is a sim Tumblr. I really just wanted to share my houses for people that maybe don't go onto the Sims 4 gallery. I just wanted to kind of upload things, and now it's turned into kind of a resource uploading place for me too, so I like to upload brushes and fonts and patterns and all that good stuff. And if you want to check out my Tumblr, it's just Smubba, and I'll link that down below as well. My favorite Sims age is question 6. I would say I like young adult. I feel like I get the most done at young adult, but I am excited for toddlers too. Let's see. 7, do you use cheats when you play The Sims? I don't use any cheats. I don't use money cheats. I don't use move objects. Yeah, I don't really use anything. Let's see. 8, what is your favorite thing about The Sims? Oh my gosh, I don't know. I guess building. I guess that's pretty obvious. I love building houses. Let's see. 9, your least favorite thing about The Sims? Oh my gosh, this is easy. I don't like how little color choices there are. That drives me insane. I wish we had like the create a style type thing, but that's okay. I'll work with what I have, I guess. Let's see. 10, what expansion pack are you hoping for next? I would like seasons, maybe? That would be kind of fun, I think. I liked when the kids would get snow days in The Sims 3. 11, do you like to play Sims in the morning at night or at night? I like to play Sims in the morning, I guess. At night, I start to feel like tired and just kind of drained. So I feel fresh just in the morning. I have my coffee, I do some sketches, and I get to building. So that's probably my favorite time. I'm going through these fast, I'm sorry. 12, do you have an aesthetic for your Sims? That just means like kind of a cohesive style, I guess. I don't think that I have a cohesive style for my Sims. I've actually kind of gotten into, I guess you would call it Maxis Match. And that just means that you are creating or playing in a way that is very similar to just the original Sims 4 style. So not a lot of alpha hair or alpha custom content, I guess. So it's not, I guess, as detailed. It's more of a smoother look that I guess is more apparent in The Sims 4 than The Sims 3 maybe. But I guess I've been more into that, and I'm trying to keep my Sims kind of having that same look. So I went through my custom content folder actually, and I deleted everything, and I went through and I downloaded new custom content, and I kind of organized it all into different folders. So I'm much more organized, and it's much easier to find things now. So I would say just Maxis Match for my Sims that I create. I don't really do like any generations or stories or anything, so if I do make them, it's just kind of random. Okay, and 13 is, what are your favorite Sim names? So I'm actually gonna pull up, I have like a notes list, I guess, when I find a name that I like, or if I come across a name that I think is just different, I'll put it in this notes. So I'll just name a couple of them. I like Kinsley, let's see, Peyton, Rowan, Charisse, McKinley, Hillary, Tenley, Rosalie, Emmy, Susie, Aylin. Those are the girl names. And then for boys, I like Emmett. I used to like Aiden, but I just feel like there's a lot of kids now named Aiden, so I'm like, not so much. Carter, Nolan. I used to like Oakley, but maybe not as much now. Brecken, Calvin, and Marshall. And I know I have a lot more, but that's just what I guess is my list right now. And I'll go back to the question. So question 14 is, what is your favorite Sim career? My favorite Sim career is probably the scientist. I had the most fun with that one. I kind of tried all of like the detective, I think it was, and then the doctor, but I thought the scientist was most fun just because you do get to go to those jobs, and I think it's fun maybe the first 1 or 2 times, but then you're like, okay, you can just go to work by yourself. Let's see. Question 15 is, what is your favorite Sim world? My favorite Sim world is probably Newcrest. I know that's not an exciting one, but I like just the layout of it, and it's very simple. And 16, do you prefer small or large Sim houses? I actually prefer small houses. I don't like actually building large houses. It's kind of overwhelming, and it takes a couple hours. And I don't like playing in large houses. I feel like my Sims are all spread out. I can't see what they're all doing. They don't really interact as much. So I really like the small houses. I actually tried to start a legacy, and I kept the small house as long as I could. I actually added a bedroom, and then I was like, oh my gosh, no, I don't like it being this big, and I took out the bedroom. So I would definitely say small houses. I love to build starter houses. I think it's fun to try to fit everything you need into one little small house for under 20K. But yeah, small houses for sure. 17 is, do you prefer more modern or traditional Sim houses? I would say traditional for sure. It's just what I live around is mostly traditional. And like if I'm on Pinterest, most of the time I'll pin traditional houses. I love seeing People building modern houses, I admire that so much. I'm so jealous. I wish that I could build modern houses, but I don't think that I'm very good at it. I don't see them very often. It's just something I'm not interested in, I guess, as far as building. So I really tend to go towards the more traditional houses when I build, and then when I like move my Sims in, it's usually a traditional house. And my whole, like all my neighborhoods are traditional houses. Let's see. 18 is, what is your favorite Sims challenge? I would say the Legacy challenge is my favorite. I actually found that, I don't remember which Excel spreadsheet it was, but it has like where you can enter everything in, all your Sims, and it calculates all your stats, and all the Excel pages are linked together. So when you put in that you leveled up a skill, it'll go into like this box that's related to another page, and it has graphs. And I really like the, I guess, statistics side of it, and kind of entering in like when you completely level up a skill and then you get to kind of check it off. I really like that. But I did only get, I think, 3 generations is my best challenge, legacy challenge so far. I've done 2. So the first one I went to 3 generations, and my second one I got to the 2nd generation. I'm not very good at sticking with it, but I would say that one's my favorite just because of the Excel spreadsheet. I love that part of it. 19. What sim emotion would you most often be? I would probably either be happy. I feel like I'm a pretty happy person, or at least I try to be, or I would be maybe sometimes tense, just because I'm fairly introverted. So if I have to be around a lot of people, I tend to get kind of tense and stressed out. 20. What is your favorite skill to level up? My favorite skills to level up would probably be cooking. I think it's fun to learn new recipes, and then your sim can actually make good food, and then they don't get grumpy when they eat the yucky food. And then I love painting, just because I went to art school, so leveling up painting is super fun, and seeing all the different paintings they create and different mood paintings. I would say those 2 are my favorite. And then 21, describe your favorite sim. I don't really have a favorite sim. I always think that I do, and then I make another one maybe 2 days later that I like better. So I don't know. My favorite sim would probably be a young adult sim, I guess. What kind of computer do you play Sims on? Is question 22. I actually play Sims on my fiance's computer. He like got all the parts and built it, so I'm not sure like what all the specs are on it, but I do play on his. It is a Windows. It's a PC Windows, and then I edit and do stuff on my little Mac laptop. 23 is, do you use mods in your game? I use a couple mods for Create a Sim, so it makes the background of Create a Sim white, so that when you go to edit it in Photoshop, it's much easier to just delete the background. And then there's another one that deletes kind of the blue light that shines on your sim in Create a Sim. I like that one as well, so you don't get like weird tones on your sim when you try to edit it. And then just like custom content as far as like hairs and shirts and stuff like that. I used to use MC Command Center, I think it's called. It just is kind of a story progression, but I don't think it's updated right now. So I haven't been using that, and I haven't even been playing that much. I've mostly been building and just doing Create a Sim, so I haven't really used a lot of mods in game. Let's see. 24. How many hours of Sims do you think you have played? I actually just looked it up, and I have played 776 hours of The Sims. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, or if that's a lot or a little bit, but I was kind of like, oh my gosh. Okay, and the last question is question 25. What are you planning to do next in The Sims? I, right now, have kind of a going list of things that I need to work on. Right now, I just finished a kind of half modern, half traditional house. I don't know, it's kind of a weird mix in between. So I'm going to do a series of 3 of those houses. I'm not going to do speed builds on all 3. I'm just going to do a speed build on the first one and then just create the other 2 to upload to the gallery in my Tumblr. But that is the next thing on my list. And then just building more starters, I would say, with the toddler update now, because none of my starters before this point obviously had toddler rooms, which is super exciting because it gets kind of boring sometimes to just make like teenager rooms, kid rooms, and baby rooms. It's fun to have something in between there. So I'm gonna go and I might go back actually to some of my starters and include some toddler rooms. I don't know, but for sure finishing those traditional / modern houses. So look for those in probably the next couple days. We'll see how long it takes me to get those done. But that is kind of the sim question and answer challenge, I guess. I might try to tag a couple people. If you like this and you want to include it in a video, of course, feel free to do that. That would be awesome. I would like to see what other people's answers are. But anyway, that's all that I have as far as the questions, and thanks for watching this build. I know I'm almost done here. I'm just gonna fill in the landscape up front. I really liked how the landscape turned out. I think I did spend a lot of time, more than I usually do, finishing the landscape and then getting that side patio done over there. I don't know if you saw that when I was building, but that's kind of a fun little area that comes off of the master bedroom. So if you do like this house and you're interested in downloading it, look for it in the simblr gallery under the name Smubba Cakes. And I just want to take a second to thank everyone for just being so kind in the comments and being really encouraging. I sincerely appreciate it, and I try to read and reply to every single one. So thank you so much. If you have subscribed or commented, I appreciate it. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I love to read your ideas, and thank you for watching.